Hey, beautiful. Thanks for being here. It's another moment with Annie Okonkwa. On today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you something that is so emotional, because it's a true life story and this happened to me. And why am I telling my story? Now, this is to encourage someone out there. Now, it goes like this. A few years ago, when I met my husband, and then as we were dating, a friend came to me because she needed help. I got to know her through someone. She needed help. She lacked accommodation. You know, her her landlord was really harassing her and she had no money more to pay for her rent, and so she needed help. So I accepted her. Now, at the house where I lived, then it was um it was a normal flat. Um, then my fiance was actually he sponsored for the payment. He footed the bill for that year when I met this girl. So I said, okay, I have a space, you could come. And my younger sister was actually with me. And, you know, schooling. And then I accepted this friend of mine. She came, she joined us. It was normal. At some point, she would tell you she couldn't make any food because she's not buoyant. And she would just go to my pot and have some food. And it was okay by me because I usually am this person that just trusts easily, guys. So I'll just say, okay, why not go to pot and have some food? I cooked. So this kept went on, and what I didn't like was that she has a room that I gave her, but she will sit in the sitting room, eat, and then leave the plate there, and then leave the debris that fall all over the table and on the floor. And whenever we come back, we'll have to see it and sweep it. So I said, come, this house is for all of us. Don't act like you're a stranger when you're done using something. Just clean up, go. So I didn't know she was finding it rather insulting, that I spoke to her that way. But she never uttered a word. She was just okay because I was in a hurry, or oh, I forgot. And you're wondering, this is a grown lady. Why would she forget cleaning up after eating? Not like she forgot how we go into the pot to have the food. But now, this wasn't a problem until she mentioned it, you know, on a different occasion. So, um, we had an uncle who lived not so far away, so he comes to see us once in a while. And then she will always ask me things about my fiance. And just like, would I say I was naive? I don't know, but I just trust. So I would just open up telling her everything about my guy, his work, everything. And oh gosh, young girls. So and she would just be nodding the head and say, yeah. And then she'd be asking just questions. And at the end of the day, I would just be answering everything without any nudge, without any prior motive or thoughts. and we'll talk. Sometimes we just chat, we just hang out, you know, go out or stroll in the evening for some fresh air. So then I have a girlfriend who always visited then, and sometimes she would spend the weekend with us. My girlfriend was, oh God, such a workaholic. Her the company was far away and she coming back late. I grew up in Lagos, so then she walked from like Isala to Victoria Island, if you know Lagos quite well. So with all the traffic and oh my gosh, terrible traffic, guys. So she comes back late. So sometimes getting to her own location, the main gate might be closed and you need, some kind of protocols to get in. So she just come at my end and we spend the weekend together. And Saturday mornings we do the running around together when she's free. The Saturday exercises. So we'll all like hit the street. So it was a beautiful time together with these ladies. But then as time went by, I realized the one in the house that was staying with me began to complain, the lady. What was her complaint about? She was just complaining about her own guy who suddenly began to ignore her, you know, not finding her as it used to be anymore. And I would just say, don't worry, your own will stay for you. You know, don't let him give you headache. If he doesn't want you anymore, then I mean it's not the end of the world. Open mindedly, I would just voice it out. Just be cheered. A good guy will come and he will stay. And if there's anything he doesn't like about you, you guys will talk about it together, and then you can see if you want to change that part of you or not. But this one said nothing. He didn't complain of anything. He just suddenly changed. And I said, it might not even be you. It could be that he just found another girl and stuff like that. You know. Now, guys, she would just say, right, you think so? And she would ask me, what if this your guy just disappoints you? So, and I said, well, don't worry about my guy. I know him. And she'll say, how did you know? Like, I used to know this one and he did this to me at the end of the day. So then I wasn't having any clue of, God, you gotta be careful how you talk to her. We would just laugh. I was just so open-minded. So now, the day she came, I told her that for this year, a few months ago, my fiance paid for the house. So, accepting you, I'm not informing him that you're going to be here, that I accepted you. So, but I'm going to give you a particular time because he's going to come around, towards the end of the year for some marital rights. So I told her, and when he's coming, please, I don't want you around. You must have left because she said before so time she'll get her place and leave. So that was the agreement. So I said, okay, in that case, there won't be need telling him you're coming since you'll soon leave after like between 4 and 6 months maximum. And she said, yes, it's not a problem. So I said, okay, my hubby was to come around in November. So I said, okay, August, you're going to leave so that I can set up that room, like arrange some things how I want it and all. Guys, that was the beginning of a nightmare. Like, initially, she accepted with all pleasure. She had no problem with the movement. It wasn't also in the plan to stay more than 4 months, you know. Now, time went by. What she would do is Then I realized the time she was telling me she had no money for food, she was actually having two different kind of jobs. The pay was coming, but she wouldn't just want to use her money to cook. I had one. I was having a normal one job, So, but yet I would cook and she would just come. Sometimes you're just done cooking. She'd be the first to go to the pot and have some food. But it was like I was already beginning to see her like, a sister. So it wasn't a problem. Except when she picks more than expected number of meats that I want to, and then I'll be like, God, no, no, mm-mm. I already made a budget of, hey, 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 this is how long I want to use this. And you can expect me be eating without meat. Take what's enough for you. Don't go packing things. So we'll just laugh about it. She'll be like, girl, that meats. That meats, they cry for now. I'll say, not when you take more than three. Did you cook the food? Do I use three? I used two, so it could like, with really girl stuff. So at the end, she'll make a joke out of it. We'll still laugh, we just throw it. So the time came for July. I said, girl, you have August to leave. Maximum. Actually, she was meant to leave by June, but I give her till August. That's maximum. Hey, August came. Sis doesn't want to go. But what she knew, before you knew it, she found a way not to talk to me. She just started avoiding me, getting irritated at every little thing. I didn't know why. It was my girlfriend that said, "Come, I've seen the way you just with this girl, and I've noticed she's not the person you think she is. She's not that free person, also. The way you see her, she doesn't see you like that. You better push her to leave because, well, from what I'm seeing, she seems to have her own agenda." And then the job she was having was more like a freelance stuff. It's not the job that you report in the office and stuff. It's a marketing kind of. So, and she was having such a deal with two different companies. So she kind of had her time. She could be home. Yeah, but my job was with a company Monday to Friday, morning to evening. So it's kind of fixed. But she had her time. She could do, she could leave in the morning and come back like in an hour's time. So it's basically phone calls and contact kind of. So my girlfriend started telling me something and said, try to move her out. She seems to have an ulterior motive. Why did she suddenly stop talking to you? I said, I don't know. I don't know what's annoying. I don't know the problem she's having. I'm even trying to ask her about how we can solve it together, whatever it is. She's not even talking to me. She said, no, she has a plan. You just don't know her. So I said to my girl, sometimes you think too much, you consider too many things. And what's not, you're like so careful. And it's not good for you sometimes because sometimes you can be wrong when you assume things like that. She said, no, I know them. But somehow it always ends up that she knows what she's saying. So she told the girl, towards the ending of the month, she said to the girl, because we've all gotten to know ourselves so well. So she said to the girl, come to my place. I want that you leave here. Her fiance is going to come soon, and it's not in the plan. He doesn't know you're here, and she can't just start telling him suddenly that you've been here. It was an agreement. The girl says she's not going anywhere. She didn't do anything with her. She doesn't want, there was never a comment with her. She was never in the picture. So my girlfriend, she stay at her feet. She want to be here till she's ready. In fact, she's not ready to move. Oh gosh. May say, guys, may say just landed. And in case you're wondering what is Gbese, it's like trouble, guys. It's Nigerian slangs. So we're like, okay, what do you want? She said nobody should disturb her. She needs her time. When she's ready, she'll move. I can just chase her out because suddenly a guy is coming around. But that wasn't the agreement. I said, okay, fine. I'm not chasing you because a guy is coming around, there's a situation on ground which you know it, and for goodness sake, we're still at the process of learning us. I don't want to sound pushy or anything, but I need you to leave the house. He said, well, except I want to carry her on my head. Oh gosh. And that was really a different thing. Now during that period, my kid brother came to visit me. Um, he just finished he was trying to work and getting into the university. So he came around for a holiday. Now he met the girl before the whole thing started. And that guy was someone that, like, everyone around him just likes him. He had such a free spirit, also, such a cheerful person he was. And yeah, the lady in question also likes him. In fact, they were like pals. Because my kid brother he wasn't going out, so I'll just leave and the girl stays home most, so they just gist. So the girl said to me, all of a sudden she would just begin to insult me, just start saying things. She would just start saying, what are these things she says? You feel important. You feel like you're the only one who knows people. You just feel like, look at your uncles come to visit. Everybody comes to visit you. You just feel like it's you. Like it's all about you. Like you're always at the center of it all. Like things that you're imagining. When did this start? What's the problem with you? You just can't figure out. So why am I saying this? Young girls, and not just to young girls, be you married couples, um, be you an individual, when you talk to people, be careful, be careful how much you want to let out. Be careful what you say. Not everyone is happy or would be happy for you. So they might be prying, but it doesn't mean you must answer. You choose to answer where you want to answer and choose to say nothing or say, I don't feel like talking about it, where you really don't feel like talking about it. Because as of that time, I'm saying this now because I've learned, over the time. Now, this whole silly thing cost that my little brother his life. What happened? The lady suddenly said, you know who I am? By the time I'm done dealing with you, I'm gonna show you. By the time I'm done showing you, dealing with you, you know where I come from, and you know why that place is known for what it's known for. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what does she want? Does she want me to run from my house? What kind of rubbish is this? So, yes, this is. I've always been Jesus's daughter. So I went to the church and reported to my pastor and said, should I take police and lock her up? I mean, I can do that. But she's not like a stranger. I wish we could just talk about this. I want to know what the problem is. So my pastor said, no, don't lock her up. That would be, that might be too much. I said, but I don't know. She's pushing me. I don't know what to do. Is she expecting me to really push her, like physically fighting? It's silly. So my pastor came, and since she came to my house, she follows me to that church most times, or when she's interested. So he's not new to her, you know. So he sent for her. They talked to her. She refused to go. So my hubby was to come like next week. Then he was still a fiancé. So I said, wow, she's still there. I called my uncle to come and talk to her. I told her, do you want me to call the police on you to take you out by force? She said, yeah, that's what she's talking about. I have this, I tend to flaunt this muscle, like I just have everything. But that I would see. So the pastor called her, and my friend was begging her, you can come and stay with me. So finally, after the pastor talked with her, she left. So when she left, she went to the toilet. She broke my toilet. She broke my glasses in that room. She just broke things like she was upset. I went to work when she broke things, just destroyed things. She was just so, like my girlfriend who was around at the moment said she was suddenly acting like a mad woman. So she dressed and left. And then the date I gave her initially that my fiance was to come back. Imagine, imagine how open and free I was. That wasn't nice, guys. Please don't do that. Don't be so detailed like that. That day I was at work and my girlfriend said she came looking like a mini haul, dressed with everything. She applied this is someone who barely applied makeup. She applied so much. She was really overtly, oh gosh. And she came to the compound and she came in looking and then asked her, is my hubby here? My fiance. Is he? And then she asked her, did you come to see her fiance when you know she is at work? She's not here. They said that I gave this date that he will be coming. Is he there? She would like to see him. So the girl said, you came to seduce him or what? Why are you dressed in such a mini, all this while I was just at work. So then my sister came back and then she told her that she should just, if she knows what's good for her sis, she call her sis and warn her because that if I come in here, or how did she put it, before the end of today, what I will see in the house, I will not expect it. So my sis stopped outside and said, what happened? Then she asked my sis not to go into that house. Meanwhile, my other girlfriend has been in the house, so she hasn't come out. So she asked my sis not to pass here for now, except she wants to take what's not for her. So my sis said, what rubbish are you taking out? So my sis went to meet the pastor. So she didn't come in again. She just went out and told the pastor she doesn't know what this lady is planning, but she can see the lady is sounding really, really diabolical, and that is not good at all. And that she will not take if anything happens to anybody. Guy, just as they were talking, my brother was coming back from seeing my late brother. He was coming back from seeing his friend, and after he came in, he started scratching his legs. Guys, before you knew it, he kept scratching the legs. The next day, the legs were as big as anything. I came in. I came back. I just prayed. I came back, and before you know it, then hubby wasn't even back yet. I took my brother to church, my late brother, to pray. So it was getting worse as we were praying. Then he said he's going home to meet Momsy and Dad. That's, this is most likely to be poison. He went, then from hospital to hospital. They couldn't even detect what the problem was. Oh, guys, the devil is a loser and a liar. One go through a lot of things sometimes. So now, when that my late brother went to church on a particular Sunday, and then we saw that girl, and then they said she's not been coming, but she came that day. So from every indication from her looks, it seemed she came to see how I was doing, because she kept staring at me during the service. She kept staring. She couldn't hide the amazement. She kept staring. Then something happened. I was holding onto my late brother's hand and coming out from the church. So she sighted him and looked at his feet area. And then she held her chest and was looking at him. I was looking at him and said, and then she said to him, is it you? And the boy looked at him and said, is it me? That what happened to? He said, she didn't say anything again. I was looking at her also. I said, what are you talking about? She said, nothing. what happened to your legs? So my little brother was like, he just started. And she, being that they were party, she was just looking, feeling hot, kind of just holding her chest, looking at him. That kind of, how is it him that he happened to kind of. So I said, what did you do? Whatever you do or whatever you did, if you are responsible in any way, you must pay dearly. And she didn't say anything. She was just looking, and then we left. So we kept moving. We went home. We kept moving from hospital to hospital, trying to find out what's wrong. Guys, he didn't recover from that. He didn't recover from that incident. So, for the first time in my life, you feel that's wrong that you feel, and then you had the audacity to say, even if it means me going to, like rip out this person's life by force, like however, that kind of feeling. That was the first time I had it. Like when you know this person did this, and for God's sake, you cannot go to retaliate. That was the first time I really felt like retaliation. But thank God that I overcame. We overcame. But yeah, the deed was done. Somebody paid. But one thing is sure, God never stops fighting for his own. So yeah, at the end of the day, how became everything took place, and yeah, the rest is history. I give God all the glory. This is just to tell you how desperately wicked human hearts can be. The heart could be evil, really. It could be really, really evil. You think someone is with you, at the end of the day, you find out the person is not with you. The person is so jealous of you. The person is just being controlled and manipulated by evil, by the devil. And they could go to any length when they start. So I want to encourage you, whenever you're having some victory, whenever you're having some breakthrough, whenever you're having some beautiful testimonies, don't be quick to share, even though the devil sometimes seeks information. Don't say when you want. If you must say, you know what, use wisdom, apply wisdom, and cut off so many details, because the heart is evil. You can see it, but God sees all of it. So this is my, though I call it a testimony. Yes, I use testimony because I I overcame after so many years. I overcame. I forgive the person. Yeah, I did. It hurts, but I did because I love my life and I love Jesus, and life must go on, and whatever a person sows, that he or she shall surely reap it. That's the word of God. So no matter what you face at any point in time, just be encouraged and know that God loves you and you're more than a conqueror. Thank you so much. I couldn't really appear as I would have to talk about this because of the time and dispositions right now. But know that Annie Kunko loves you. Thank you for all your love and support. Don't forget to share, subscribe, join us. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share. Follow me on Instagram and see Okonkwo. On Facebook, Annie Okonkwo. Subscribe, like, and share. And keep making this beautiful family what it is. Thank you so much. You're blessed and highly favored. Bye. Tell me that one thing that really struck you so hard.